Welcome to Familypreneur, the podcast for parent entrepreneurs
raising kidpreneurs.
It's time for your weekly dose of inspiration and actionable tips to build your business and find better balance, all while strengthening your family. And now we'd like to introduce your host.
She's my mom and thebomb.com, Meg Brunson.
Hey there, you are listening to episode number 72 of the Familypreneur podcast. Over the month of February, we are diving deep into leveraging the Facebook Pixel on our Marketing Monday episodes. And today we're going to talk about tracking conversions that really matter. So last week, we talked about what the Pixel is and how to install it. If you missed that week or you just need a refresher, feel free to go back to megbrunson.com/69 and listen to that episode. Today, we're going to take things a step further, though, and we're going to talk about tracking actions that happen after the user arrives on your website. So optimizing for conversions with standard events. Standard events are one of two ways to track conversions or actions that happen after the user arrives on your site. So they are the techier of the two options. If you are not super techie, I still encourage you to listen to this episode anyhow. Even if you opt to use the less techie custom conversions, which we will talk about next week, it is important to have a basic understanding of why these two tracking methods are different and how they each work. So let's dive into standard events. There are currently 17 specific actions that Facebook recognizes as standard events. These are actions that most advertisers are using, and they include things like add to cart, complete registration, lead, purchase, and view content. So no matter what your business type is, I'm willing to bet you can see the need for these type of tracking actions. So just as the Pixel is a snippet of HTML coding, so is a standard event. The difference is that the base pixel is installed in the header of your website so that it fires on every single page, whereas the standard event is installed on the page that the user lands on after a conversion takes place. So for example, one of the standard events I mentioned just a couple moments ago was purchase. You would install the purchase conversion standard event on the thank you page that your user reaches after they complete their purchase. If you want to track how many people begin the checkout process, then you'll install the Initiate Checkout pixel on that page where the checkout is initiated. If you want to track a landing page to see how many people are viewing your content, viewing your products, before they actually add to cart or take further action, then you're going to install the View Content standard event on those pages. Does that make sense? So how you install standard events will depend on your website and your existing Pixel installation. I have demonstrated two ways to install standard events in two separate videos, which will be shared to both YouTube and on my website in the show notes at megbrunson.com/12. But don't go anywhere yet. I have a couple other best practices for you when it comes to standard events. So there's a couple things I want to make sure we address. Number one, capitalization matters. In both of those videos, I show you that you can go into your Pixel dashboard, you can copy the code, and then you just paste it into the right section of your website, just like with the base Pixel. But here's the thing I want to make sure you understand. Capitalization matters. So if you are going to try to edit any of that coding on your own, you need to make sure the capitalization remains exactly the same as Facebook has set it up in Ads Manager in order for everything to track appropriately. It's for that reason I don't recommend you edit standard events until you're really comfortable with the code and with this whole process of pixel tracking. So back in the show notes, you're going to see how to install standard event tracking on a WordPress website using script tags And I'm also going to show you how to install the Facebook Pixel on Kartra by inserting the standard event snippet into the base pixel. Now let's talk about the benefits of using standard event tracking. With standard events, you can create audiences of people who have taken specific actions on your website. For example, you can use standard events to create an audience of people who viewed content on your website and an audience of people who've completed a purchase. Then, when you're running your ads, you can build an audience of people who have viewed content but not purchased yet. This way, you're retargeting exactly the people that you want to see your ad. You can also use any of these audiences to create lookalike audiences of your best performing audiences. So a lookalike audience based on the people who have purchased from you in the past is likely going to be a stronger audience than a lookalike audience based on anyone who hit your website. Since not all of those people stuck around to become a customer, the sample size just isn't as valuable. Once you've set up your standard events, you also are going to be able to track more in-depth analytics. We're going to dive into the analytics more in a couple of weeks, but basically, this will allow you to make more educated decisions about your ad performance and understand your customer journey by troubleshooting your sales funnel if needed. You're not going to want to miss that episode. There is enough content that I can't get into all the analytical stuff right now. So if you haven't already subscribed to this podcast, be sure to go over and hit the subscribe button on your favorite podcasting platform so that you'll be notified when that analytical podcast episode releases. It's going to be a couple weeks. Third, you can optimize your ads for the conversions that matter most to you. So once you've set up your pixel with Facebook standard events, you'll be able to choose the conversions objective so that you can optimize your ad delivery to get the most conversions that you actually want. So oftentimes I'll have prospective clients who are running traffic ads because they thought they wanted to drive traffic to their website because they had products available for sale on their website. But what they really wanted was for people to buy those products. So what they should have been doing is running conversion ads to not only drive traffic to their websites, but to get the leads and purchases that would directly impact their revenue. Now, even that is a little more cut and dry than it actually is in real life. So the way the ad algorithm works is that Facebook considers your objective and optimization goals when determining who to show the ad to. So if you run a traffic campaign, Facebook knows, first of all, what people are most likely to click on a traffic ad. And second of all, Facebook will analyze the people who are clicking so that it learns who of those people are clicking. Then it's going to optimize your delivery appropriately. So if you switch the objective to conversions, you will see better results because Facebook will show your ads to the people that are most likely to take that action. Now, another piece of that optimization puzzle is that Facebook needs to see 50 of those actions within a week in order to optimize appropriately. So if you're not getting 50 purchases in a week, your choices would be to increase your budget so that you are getting 50 purchases, or to move your optimization goal a step up in your purchase funnel. And that's where having additional standard events installed is going to be beneficial for you, because you may not have to go all the way back to a traffic campaign, but you could take a step up your sales funnel and optimize your ads for people to add to cart rather than purchase, which would allow you to get 50 of those add to cart standard events and therefore optimizing your ads more effectively. I hope that process makes sense. Remember, if you ever have any questions about this stuff, you can head into the Familypreneur community. That is my free and private Facebook group where you can ask any questions that you have about Facebook marketing. We cover it all. Now, before we go, I want you to remember, Facebook wants you to be successful. So it's intentionally designed to be an amazing powerhouse, allowing you to target your ideal clients with precision so that you can generate a return on your investment that you'll want to reinvest in Facebook ads. Because it's so intricately designed, it can be confusing, which is why I encourage you to, number 1, subscribe to this podcast, and number 2, join the free Familypreneur community at familypreneurcommunity.com. I really love helping other business owners have their aha moments where Facebook marketing finally clicks and they can take back their time and start leveraging the Facebook platform for the robust marketing tool that it is. Don't forget, if you want to check out those YouTube videos, you can head over to megbrunson.com/72. That's where you will find the show notes, the YouTube videos, and some other freebies and good stuff. We will be back here on Wednesday for a really exciting midweek mastermind where I will interview 8-year-old Kennedy Harris. You're not going to believe the story that inspired her business. Of course, we'll also be back on Friday for a family reflection, and again next Monday to dive into custom conversions, the next segment in our Facebook Pixel series. I hope you have a great night, and we'll talk soon. Bye.
Do us a favor. Share this podcast to a friend. It's like my mom always says, sharing is caring.